I've quit almost every hobby I've ever had, or they just slowly faded away. I don't think I've stuck with anything I love past a couple years, except for my on and off relationship with video games, really. Whether it's BMX biking, football, or even bloody crochet, I've tried and enjoyed so many different things, but I've lost interest in most of them as I've grown older. And I think that's okay, that's a pretty normal thing to experience. But recently, I've been trying to hone down on what I actually love to do and just do more of that. And if you're a little lost at the moment, like I do find myself sometimes, I think you should try this too. What hobbies and fun things did you enjoy that you haven't picked up in years? Like, leave a comment. I'd love to hear them. Now, there are hobbies I don't think I'll ever try again. BMX biking was all I did from the age of 13 to 16, but I don't think my body could handle any of the falls anymore. And I fell a lot back in the day, often on my head. And I loved football so much, but it doesn't particularly bother me anymore. When I was a kid, our coach would just let us play football for training, and it was the best. We lost every actual game against other teams, but we all had so much fun just losing all the time. But eventually, got a new coach, and he liked to train really hard and shout a lot. And ever since then, football hasn't bothered me. I still remember getting into my dad's car after a training session at like 13 years old. And I just turned to him and said, I don't think I want to do this anymore. I think sometimes when the things you love doing become about winning or being better than others, that's usually when I lose interest. I went to a festival with a bunch of mates once, and nobody knew I could crochet, and in secret, I made all 6 of my friends crochet bucket hats, all in different styles and with their favorite colors. And I'm so proud of how they all turned out. But then people started saying I could make a business out of it. Like, even just like strangers at the festival who saw these hats. And, I believed them. I didn't start a business in the end. I just burnt out trying to get good enough to start selling my things. The second something I loved turned into I can make money from this, it killed all the joy. I still like pick up crocheting from time to time because it's just genuinely dead fun to do. And at the end, you actually have something to show for it, whether it's good or bad. It's yours. And I've loved every hat and scarf I've made, despite the fact I don't really wear any of them. I'd recommend to anyone giving crochet a go. It's dead fun. At the moment, I'm slowly making this little mushroom while I watch the new season of One Piece. So from experience now, I know I can't force my passions. I can't force myself to love doing something. I've just got to love it and not overdo it. And you can definitely ruin something just by doing too much of it. Oftentimes when I find something I really enjoy, I just do it constantly until I can't hack it anymore. I go through phases of doing it non-stop until I get bored, and I just move on to the next thing I can overwork. Or sometimes just nothing at all. Sometimes I just don't have passion for anything, and my free time is filled with just faffing around and nothing actually fulfilling to me. So that's why I'm trying to find things I can love and just work on not burning myself out on them. And by all means, if you can play video games to death in your free time and not feel burnt out, do it. If you can read books for hours and not get tired of it, or if if you know what you love to do and you can do it indefinitely, all the power to you, man. I respect that. And I wish I was the same, but I just know from experience now, I personally have to work on moderation, or else I put down the game or the book midway through and I never pick it up again. I recently did this with Ghosts of Yotei. I fucking loved that game, and then I played it to death. Now I'm only about halfway through. Saying that, I'm slowly getting back into gaming again. I tend to have phases where I can't put a game down for a month, and then the following month I can't convince myself to log on at all. But playing Minecraft a little for these videos and picking up my beloved Dark Souls again for this video. It's genuinely so entertaining. It's brought that spark back, and I just think the whole video creation in general, like, although I can't edit or do anything technical, if you can't tell already, it's just genuinely really fun and rewarding. And I love having like a product at the end, even if it's not perfect, even though I know it won't be perfect. I can still be proud of it. And through this little YouTube journey, trying new things to see if they stick, I've rediscovered my love for books. I still have a whole load waiting to be read from years ago, so it's not even like I have to go buy any new ones, luckily. And just sitting down before bed and getting a couple of pages read is all I need. Going for a walk from time to time is another thing I've tried after starting this YouTube channel, and there's also something I've fallen in love with. These things are only little, but they've brought back that little spark in my life, something that was missing before. Even just writing the scripts for these videos is fun, and although I find myself waffling so much, I just absolutely love making them. And like a little tie back to my old video that life isn't the big moments. It's not the big things, really. It's just the little stuff that makes life feel a bit better again. I'm still continuing on my coding course. When it's not ridiculously hard, it's genuinely really fun to learn a new skill. And I'm starting to think now, what do I want to learn after? What course should I do? Should I keep going with this? Should I move on to something else? And I'm sure I'll make a video on this in the future, but just go out and learn something new, guys. It can seriously be fun, and it challenges you in new ways. And what's life without a little challenge? Despite finding all these little things to keep me entertained over the last couple months, I still want to look for more things to enjoy. I knew I used to love drawing, making comics and little things to get my creative juices flowing. So I think I'm going to pick up some things like that. I also love old movies, and I know I need to get back into watching movies, fill up my letterboxd. I'll keep you guys updated on how any of these things go. There's an unlimited amount of things for us to love and enjoy, and to make passing time easier. So, fuck it, let's go out and find it. Let me know what cool hobbies you have. Things you love or things you're planning on trying out. A life without love isn't really a life at all, as cliche as it is. And it's so easy now to feel like there's nothing out there for us sometimes. But with a little know-how and some elbow grease, I think we can all find something that makes life a little funner and easier. I don't have many things figured out in my life, but I think I'm getting closer, step by step, just by doing these little things I really do enjoy. And at the end of the day, I don't think you need to find one big thing you love. It's just about finding those little things that make your life a little more fun and doing more of them. Thank you for watching. Love you lots. And bye-bye.